One last quick video. When I put the transparent case together and the Edison is securely in there, I realized that I still have these standoffs. I think these standoffs are really in case the Edison is not in a board and you'd like to mount it somewhere. So they would go through the holes in the corner, and then these 4 screws would screw into the bottom of these standoffs. And these screws would screw into the top of the standoffs, then you'd have to get something to screw into the bottom. But nonetheless, with these metal screws that are available, you could actually use the standoffs so that the metal screws are not on the ground. If you have a table or a surface, the metal screws will probably sit there and maybe they'll make contact with something. So this is really a bonus video to show what I did with these standoffs. So first I made sure that the screws on the corners were tightened. So I didn't have a small enough socket, so I just used the screwdriver and this pair of pliers and hold the nut and tighten the bolt, and we'll do that for each of the 4 corners. So those have been tightened, and now we'll take our plastic standoffs and I'll just screw it into the bottom of the bolt that's exposed now. They might not all match up perfectly, but I'll screw this in. This one's not going into that one very well. There we go. Probably turns a little bit. These aren't perfectly sized, but on some of the corners they should install pretty smoothly. So we'll call that good enough. Now for this other corner, screws in really nicely and easily. And we'll do the same for the other side. Now this probably isn't what they recommend, but I think it's a lot better than just letting the metal bolts stay exposed and then they could hit things hard or come in contact with something and short circuit something. So what I've done is screw these in, and what I'll do in the future is use these standoffs to mount this to a drone or some other device or platform that I'd like to use this Edison with. So that's what I do with those standoffs. Install them on the bottom, and then you can use these screws and mount that to some other surface later on if you'd like. I hope that helps, and good luck with your Edison.